Hey there. From the moment of conception until birth, incredible changes take place. After an egg is fertilized by a sperm, it begins dividing and becomes a ball of cells. At 4 weeks, it's the size of a sesame seed. At 8 weeks, it's the size of a kidney bean. And at 38 weeks, it's the size of a fully grown baby. At this point, they have the ability to respond to touch with movements, such as kicking, punching, and sucking on their thumb. As the pregnancy progresses, the sensitivity to touch will increase. They can do this because their taste buds develop while they're still in the womb. In fact, babies are born with the ability to recognize the flavors of sweet, sour, salty, and bitter foods. Babies are able to recognize their mother's voice before they're born. In fact, they prefer their mother's voice over the voices of other women. How do we know this? Well, researchers have studied babies' reactions to different sounds while they're still in the womb. From the very first moments of conception, a tiny cell begins to divide and grow into a fully formed human being. And as the pregnancy progresses, the baby's brain and other organs develop and prepare for life outside the womb. It's a truly remarkable journey. They found that babies were more likely to kick and move around when they heard their mother's voice. This suggests that babies not only recognize their mother's voice, but they also enjoy hearing it. So, if you're pregnant, be sure to talk to your baby often. They'll love it. Some research suggests that babies who are exposed to a variety of flavors in the womb are more likely to enjoy eating them after birth. So if you're pregnant and craving something sweet, go ahead and indulge. Your baby might just thank you later. By 30 weeks, babies can feel pain. However, they won't cry because their pain receptors don't connect to the brain until later on. Can a baby dream in the womb? The answer is yes. In fact, babies can dream just like adults. How do we know this? Well, researchers have studied babies who were born prematurely and found that they had the same brain activity as dreaming adults. Touch is an important part of fetal development, and belly rubs can help stimulate the growth of the baby's brain. In fact, studies have shown that babies born to mothers who receive regular belly massages have larger brains than babies born to mothers who receive massages. Belly rubs can also help prepare the baby for life outside the womb. Touch is an important way for babies to interact with the world around them. So the more touch they get, the better. If you're pregnant, ask your partner, family members, and friends to join in on the belly rub action. Your baby will thank you for it. What's more, babies have been recorded making little noises while dreaming, which is similar to what happens in adults. So, if you are wondering whether your unborn baby is dreaming of being a famous actor or an astronaut, the answer could be yes. Find out about the amazing transformations that happen inside the womb each week through fun facts, conception to birth. How does a single cell become a baby? The brain is one of the first organs to start developing after fertilization. At 5 weeks, the neural tube forms, which eventually develops into the brain and spinal cord. For example, high levels of testosterone in the mother during pregnancy have been linked to an increased risk of behavioral problems in boys. On the other hand, girls exposed to higher levels of testosterone in the womb are more likely to be born with a low birth weight. At 26 weeks, the brain starts sending signals to the body, like kicking and punching. At 30 weeks, the brain is fully developed, but it's still growing and getting bigger. At 36 weeks, the brain is preparing for life outside the womb by making new connections between neurons. When can baby hear? It might surprise you to learn that babies can hear sounds from inside the womb as early as 16 weeks. At this point, their hearing is fairly well developed, and they are able to distinguish between different sounds, including their mother's voice. By 26 weeks, babies can hear sounds from the outside world, too, thanks to the fact that their ears are now fully developed. They may even be able to hear their own heartbeat, which can sound like a whooshing noise. When can baby feel? Not only can baby hear, but they can also feel sensations from inside the womb as early as 10 weeks. Did you know that certain hormones produced by the mother can affect the development of the baby's personality? Speaking of little ones, did you know that babies can actually taste what mom eats? That's right. Now let's move on to our next fun fact. How does your baby react to your voice before birth? Why belly rubs matter? It's amazing to think about all the incredible things that happen inside the womb before a baby is born. Now it's time to test your knowledge.